I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. I got a news story for you, and it's from Reuters. It's about how the U.S. Supreme Court actually came through for the voters. Okay. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday let stand a lower court rulings that North Carolina Republicans mapped state legislative districts in a way that diluted the clout of black voters, but threw out a separate decision telling the state to redraw them. So this is really excellent stuff because they're finally ruling with the voters and saying, you know what, Republicans, you can't just draw districts based on race. You got to kill that. I also like that they threw out the decision to have the state redraw them because they already proved that they're going to be racist and make sure they suppress black voters. So it's good that they said, you know what, you're not going to redraw them. We're going to do it a different way. All right. The High Court with no recorded dissents sent the case back to a 3-judge federal district court panel in November that had ordered North Carolina to conduct a new round of elections this year for the 28 legislative seats at issue. The Supreme Court in January put that ruling on hold while it decided whether to hear the state's appeal. Then it says right here what it just said before. Judges left in place in August 2016 ruling by the same court that said districts are racial gerrymanders, a boundary drawn to diminish the voting power of minorities, violated the U.S. Constitution's guarantee of equal protection under the law. The lower court found that the Republican-led state legislature had crammed black voters into a limited number of districts in order to lessen their statewide electoral power. So it's not just that it's unethical to draw legislative districts based on race, but it's also, illegal because you're using race to determine how you're going to govern or how they're going to be able to be governed. And like it says right here, it's unconstitutional because they have less protection under the law than white people do when that is done. So for the Republican voters out there that don't mind the unethical gerrymandering, we're coming for you because all that gerrymandering that you're in favor of is unconstitutional, and we're eventually going to chop all that shit up. So we're going to beat your ass at the voting booths in a fair and legal way because we don't have to come and fix the rules and suppress your rights to beat your ass at the voting booths and at the legislative tables. So if you keep it up with favoring all these suppressive and unethical and unfair rules, eventually your power is really going to be diminished. And who's going to be crying at the end of the day? You are. Yep. And then the governor, Gov Cooper, he also made the same statement that redrawing the districts is good for the democracy by leveling the playing field for free and fair elections. And he also talks about how the people are supposed to choose their representatives in competitive districts, not the representatives choosing their voters. So that's good that he says that. So hopefully he's also for getting money out of politics, so we can really make sure that the people have a say in their government and not just the corporations and the very wealthy individuals that are also buying politicians. So these statements are good, but I wonder how he'd vote for holding a convention to get money out of politics.